Our top story focuses on an entertainer who was never an ugly duckling, but a little medical magic turned this songbird into a beautiful swan. At #1 on the best list is Ashlee Simpson and her graceful new nose. Ashlee Simpson began her career in the shadow of her big sister. Jessica was the pretty blonde, while Ashlee was the edgier brunette.
At the time, she had built her career on being the anti-Jessica Simpson, who's her perfect sister.
Ashlee's style earlier in her career was very tomboyish. She always wore like kind of the rocker clothes. She wasn't like a prissy girl or anything.
Once Ashlee embarked on a career of her own, the younger Simpson tried to distance herself from her famous sibling. Ashlee's ever-changing look kept her fans guessing what she'd do next.
I love change. I can't help it.
Ashlee was always in flux when it came to her style and her hair color. She would go from blonde to black to red to pink. She was, doing a tomboy, then she'd be a rocker.
One thing that distinguished Ashlee from her big sis was a particularly pronounced facial feature.
She had a bump on her nose. The tip of the nose was hanging down, and it basically was just a little large for her petite and beautiful face.
I didn't think it was like a bad nose, but it was definitely a nose.
Her bulb was a little prominent, and she had a little bump on the top of her nose.
In 2005, Ashlee told Allure magazine she once contemplated a nose job, but was glad she didn't.
There's some people who feel that a bigger nose is perfectly fine because it's a family trait. Other people find it embarrassing.
The following year, Simpson appeared on the July cover of Marie Claire, once again singing the praises of loving oneself as is. But fans were soon surprised to discover that Ashlee had done an about-face.
The month that she had her nose job, Marie Claire came out and she's on the cover saying, "I love my body, go," with her old nose.
Her fans were shocked because she'd always said before, you should love yourself, and she was never going to change anything about herself. But it was obvious that she had had her nose done. So her fans were writing letters, but she was denying it, not saying anything about it, saying she didn't want to comment.
There have been those reports that you have gone in and had something done to your face. What do you say to those?
I say, maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Ashlee's fans were not only disappointed, but they called her a hypocrite. Here she was in another magazine touting the fact that she loved her features, yet a couple months later, here she is with a brand new face.
So at the height of her fame, to then go and say, "Oh, guess what, guys, I'm going to go get this perfect nose," was very risky.
Ashlee eventually admitted having a nose job. But in the May 2007 Harper's Bazaar, the singer made it clear that she loved her pre-op look and didn't have the surgery out of insecurity.
When Ashlee finally came clean, she gave her reason for getting the plastic surgery done as saying, look, it's a personal choice. If you want to get it done, you should do it for yourself, and you shouldn't do it for anybody else.
She probably wasn't completely happy with the way she looked and wanted to reinvent herself.
No one could deny Ashlee's new profile looks stunning.
Looking at her recent pictures, you notice that she has a cuter nose. It's smaller, more elegant. The bump is gone. The bulk is gone.
Ashlee Simpson probably has one of the best nose jobs on the planet because it looks like the nose that always should have been on her face.
I think it changed the overall look of her face, but in a good way, just by making the tip a little more refined and picked up. The nasal bridge is a little slimmer and a little smoother.
Here's a person that a little tweak, we're talking filing off 2 or 3 millimeters. A little refining right here, and boom, she's gorgeous.
Still, Simpson insisted that she was the same goofy girl at heart, maybe just a little prettier on the outside.
Post nose job, Ashlee is much more beautiful than her sister Jessica. That's a good nose job.
Ashlee went to Cosmo Girl and told them that she's a big fan of change and that if it makes you feel good and if it makes you feel more comfortable in your skin, then just go for it.
Ashlee seems to have freshened up her wardrobe as well.
Ashlee has actually said that now she likes dressing up. She likes feeling more feminine and more sexy, and that, the change kind of gave her a little more confidence to dress better and to dress the way that she's kind of always wanted to.
Simpson looks simply marvelous. Of course, a happy marriage and motherhood may have something to do with that, too.
She's had a lot of personal changes that reflect, I think, a change of her inner confidence. It's gone up, and so the plastic surgery really did work for her.